Off camera, I had a pretty classic Minecraft moment. Uh, a creeper fell on my head when I was just mining some tuff because I needed tuff for a project, and I had the unfortunate experience that a creeper fell on my head. That hasn't happened to me in quite a long time. And I was very thankful that Waffles wasn't there because bad things happened to me. And as a result of those bad things, I decided that it would be time to get out the diamond stuff. And I enchanted some diamond armor with protection 4 all around, thanks to my villagers in the library that we got in the last episode. And I feel much safer now. That's a good feeling. Let's sleep real quick. During my adventures getting the tuff, I also found a trial chamber, and I've never done a trial chamber before myself. I've seen them. They don't look too terribly difficult, but I really got kind of sketched out when a creeper fell on my head. And oh, don't hit the bunny. Ahaha, yes, okay, great. Anyway, I found a trial chamber. It's like almost directly under my base and kind of my main mine, and I wanted potions to do that because I thought it would be good to be like as prepared as could be. I don't want to take any chances, especially not with like all of my good stuff, especially because I lost my diamond pickaxe in the creeper incident and I had to make a new one. It wasn't that hard. It just took time getting the silk touch. That got me thinking, I don't really have a spot for potions. I just kind of have a brewing stand in my house, and that doesn't feel very good to just kind of have that sitting in a spot. So I got to thinking about making a potion shop or a potion stop. And that train of thought also led me to thinking about the villagers, because if we take a look at the priest, this is a priest, right? Oh, cleric. If we take a look at the cleric uses the brewing stand. So I thought that kind of along the same theme as what we did in the last episode with the library, I thought that creating a place for the clerics to call home would be an appropriate thing too. And in the last episode, we also practiced quite a bit of contrast, and I don't only want to rely on contrast for my builds. So I decided that I really wanted to focus on like a monochromatic kind of theme for this build with a few pops of color, but it was mainly a monochromatic inspiration that this came from. And given that in the last episode we did a lot of enchanting, my brain went to the other Minecraft element that is similar to enchanting, and those are potions. So with all that, I mocked up a little potion shop with a monochromatic theme as my guide, and we're gonna see how it goes. I really emptied myself out of my backup resources, so I am going to hope that it's enough. It was a very expensive build, especially with emeralds, because I used some of my villager trades, and I haven't maximized my villager trades by purifying them or anything. So a lot of the trades were very expensive, like the bells. The bells were quite expensive, but it's okay. I got everything done, and I can get more emeralds later. So with all that said, and without any further ado, let's get building. And the finishing touch. Ta-da! Wow! It's done! The potion shop is finished. Woohoo! I think it's kind of cool. I think it turned out really well. I like the aesthetic that it's got, very woody, which is what I was going for. It feels very like almost what I would picture in kind of like a fantasy novel to a certain degree. I think I achieved my goal of doing a vaguely monochromatic design pretty well because we mostly just have different shades of brown throughout the whole thing with a little bit of white just because I like having a little bit of different colors, but the main focus of the build was definitely the monochromatic idea. And I think I did pretty good on that front. I have some differentiation, some asymmetry on the roof because we have a closed window right there. And on this side, we have an open window, and I thought that would be kind of fun. I did a little bit of extra external stuff just by putting some lampposts in here. There wasn't a whole lot of method to it. I just wanted to add a little bit of something to the outside. These designs will probably change in the future, but the most impressive thing, I think, is that I did an interior again. And if I may be so bold, I think that this interior rocks. So if we ring the bell. Oh, can we not ring the bell right there? Does it have to be one further out? Oh, come on. Where does it have to go? Okay. Do you have to hit it from the side? No, I think it's just where it is. Okay, so the bell will go right there. And that's gonna bother me. I'm gonna be right back and fix that really quickly. Oh wow, look at that. The stair is there now. Woohoo! Let's redo that really quickly. Wow, the interior. I'm really impressed with the interior. And if we go right up here to the bell, we can ring the doorbell. Wow, someone's at the door. Ta-da! It's a potion shop. We've got some little coat hangers right here with trip wires because I thought that they looked kind of like a coat hook. I almost went with levers, but I decided that I liked the slimmer design of these a little bit more. I really like the inside. We have a bunch of chests, a cauldron with a little bit of a fire on the bottom, a lot of lanterns everywhere. Classic. And I like this little stand that I have right here, this like payment area is what I'm calling it. We have a little book, again, with nothing written in it. My goal is to eventually write like all of the potion recipes in here because I don't know all of them off the top of my head. And we have a lot of storage around here. Also, up here, we have a little bit of a loft-like situation with just some barrels and some bookshelves. Empty bookshelves right now, but bookshelves nonetheless. And we have some barrels and stuff. I thought that this would be a pretty clever use of this little space that I had right here. Then we have these shelves with nothing on them. I couldn't figure out a way to get items on display on these cabinets right here. I tried item frames, but every time I tried a different sort of configuration with them, the item frames always wound up getting destroyed. And I couldn't figure out a design that I really liked outside of this one. So for now, this is what we're rolling with. I would love to be able to have item frames here and like have potions kind of on display. But for now, this is what it's going to be. And right here, we have my attempt at a refrigerator. It's just pale oak doors and a pale oak trapdoor on the top, and then you open it and there's water. I thought that that would be pretty good because you need water for potions. I thought that it looked like vaguely refrigerator-ish. I don't know if I'm 100% sold on this design, but the idea was a refrigerator, and I think that idea more or less comes across here. And then we come to this thing with a bunch of trapdoors disguising the monstrosity of machinery that is right here. And this is a version of a very simple auto brewer. So basically what you do is the water bottles go in this barrel, right? They go into this hopper and then they go into here. And as soon as that's filled up with blaze powder, you put your nether wart in here. You put whatever ingredient you want it to be. Like if you want it to be a speed potion, you put sugar in. That's like one of the only ones that I know off the top of my head. As long as you have all of those things in place, you just hit this button and then it does weird things with the trapdoors, but that's okay. And the nether wart goes in, and then after the nether wart goes in, the sugar should follow, if I did this correctly. There it goes. Haha, yes. So it's a very, very simple auto brewer, but it does the job. And it's only me in this world, so I'm not gonna need a ton of potions. So drink up, and bada bing, bada boom. I've got speed on me now. Wahoo! I'm really excited to make the night vision potions so that I don't have to keep on putting torches everywhere. There's also a bell here, but yep, I need to fix that too. So we're gonna put you here. Haha, bye, potion shop. See you later. Now that we've been over the inside, I want to talk about the outside for just a little bit. I wanted to make some sort of a display out front because this is a shop, and most shops, from both my research and my general lived experience, have taught me that there tends to be a display of some sort on the front of the store. So I have a very simple little display out here with some item frames with potions, and I think it's kind of cute. It does the job at least. We also have some ground floor windows on the sides. Those are symmetrical on both sides, I believe, because I thought that that would look better. If we actually come inside again really quickly, there is another window up there. It's vaguely curved. I wanted it to not just be a straight up rectangle or a square because I had two square windows right there already, and on the outside, like right there ish and right there just about, there are two rectangular windows, and I didn't want them all to be square or rectangular. So we have this one that is a little more curvy, and I think that's a nice touch to the inside. In my first rendition of the building, the front right here was actually level with the trapdoors and the stairs, so there wasn't any depth or anything, and I thought that having the redstone lamps and the stairs and the fence right here jet out a little bit would help enough with the depth, but in my planning it out, I discovered that I didn't really like how flat it still was, so I went ahead and I pushed in this wall just a little bit. So we have a kind of overhang right here, and then I still liked this lighting element. I like this little feature in the middle right here because it helps create some interest on this top layer right here while not taking away from anything down here. Like, you're not going to get distracted by that up here and not pay attention to anything that's down here. Another thing that I like about the redstone lamps is they fit the color palette pretty well, because if I had used like glowstone right there, the glowstone wouldn't have fit the color palette that I was really looking for. I did mess with putting lamps up there, but they were just a little too small for what I was looking for. That same feature is actually mirrored on the back. I was really struggling with figuring out what I wanted to do with the back right here. So I just decided to do the same thing up front that I did out the back because I thought that I liked it a lot. And we also have the back indented for the same reason that we have the front indented. And on the sides right here, I really didn't know what I wanted to do for this wall because everything that I did, something was up. So I eventually just made like little dividers right here. It looks okay. I'm not super sold on it, but every other idea just wouldn't turn out. I tried a fun little water trick, but the water trick did not turn out at all. So I have these things right here. They're supposed to be vaguely similar to like little pillars or support beams that kind of go on the side of buildings right here. They're a little long though, so in my process named these like dividers and like a sitting area. I don't know. I think it helps. It at least helps it not look like just a flat wall. It doesn't detract anything, which is a good thing, I think. If we go a little far away, we can talk a little bit about the roof. So the roof is a mix of spruce wood, dark wood, and dark oak trapdoors. I decided that I would try my hand at mixing the spruce wood and the dark oak wood a little bit more deliberately because I didn't do that on the library. And I thought that I would see how it would do if I didn't make it just all one flat thing. And I wanted to try my hand at it to see if I could make something that wasn't just one flat color to help give a little bit more interest, a little bit more texture, a little bit more variety. And I think it turned out pretty well. I like that it's not overwhelmingly different. Like, I think that the two colors complement each other very well. I think that the spruce wood and the dark oak wood work really well together because I feel like they are very good partners in that they both work to create a better image and they don't detract from each other. They just work really well, and the transition between each color is not super significant. The trap doors are there in my attempt at a vaguely like Spanish tile type thing. I might wind up flicking the trapdoors down, but right now I have the dark oak trapdoors flipped sideways because I wanted the flat line of dark oak right there to help it look just a little bit more indented, a little bit more deep in the building. And I thought that having the trapdoors right there would also help emphasize that I wanted this to be just a little bit darker, that line just to be a little bit darker. I have that on every few of them going up. I know that recently I've been challenging myself a lot to do not square, not rectangular shapes, but I didn't want the idea of my buildings can't be square or they can't be rectangles to be too ingrained because there are places for squares and rectangles. And I thought that the potion shop was a good use of a rectangular build and a triangular roof because the store is very long, and if it was any other shape, it might be a little bit more interesting. Sure, it would certainly be different, but I think that this shape fits the vibe that I was going for. And it also allowed me to practice making a rectangular shape interesting because rectangles can be interesting. Like, I added a little bit of extra detail on the sides with the lighting kind of coming off the building and the trapdoors on the sides, the doors. And we also, as I said, have like the different colors of woods on the sides. So it's not plain rectangle with only one color. The rectangle in this case isn't the star like some of the shapes over there were. The rectangle for this build was more of a vehicle, I feel like, for me to create what I thought would be the best kind of potion shop for this world. When I was building the potion shop, I discovered a fun little Minecraft quirk though, because as I talked earlier, I was struggling a lot with this wall right here. That's partially because I really wanted to do like a combination of wall and fence. I thought that the fence holes into the wall would look kind of cool, especially because the wall isn't a full block length. But as I discovered, the fence doesn't connect to the wall, and neither does the wall connect to the fence. They don't mingle for whatever reason. And then I also discovered that glass panes also don't connect to fences, which was a little annoying for me, but they do connect to walls. Unfortunately, I didn't want to do anything with the walls in glass. It was just a random little thing that I found out. I was very sad though when I saw that this little combination of fence and wall wouldn't work because I was really excited to do something with this, and hopefully I'll be able to find a scenario where I can utilize this little trick right here. Even though the combination of the wall and the fence didn't work out, I still think that the trapdoor effect does the job just fine. I also know that gunpowder is an ingredient for potions, and it's a pretty hard ingredient to come by because creepers are Okay, it's full. Um, let's go ahead and do a little bit of maintenance right here. Oh boy, this is a very efficient farm. Ay, ay, ay. I'm so sorry. Little contraption. That's so much iron. Holy jeez. As I was saying, gunpowder is a very good and useful thing to have, and it's a very difficult thing to farm, I've discovered. I looked up off camera a lot of different ways to get gunpowder, and every single way that I came up with was a different kind of mob farm. And making mob farms isn't exactly my favorite thing to do in Minecraft, but if I have to do that to get gunpowder for both my oh, that's so much iron. Oh man. For my potion shop and for my eventual elytra, then I will. It also occurred to me about halfway through building the potion shop that I'm kind of indirectly, or maybe not indirectly, but unintentionally transforming the village a little bit. And that's kind of cool. I have always thought that doing a village transformation or like a village upgrade would be kind of cool, but I've never really felt up to the task of doing that, or at least I've never set out as like my goal is I'm going to upgrade the village, I'm going to transform the village. And we're kind of doing that slowly but surely. Granted, it's only two buildings, right? It's a library and a potion shop. But maybe in due time, the rest of the village right here will be completely different. That'll be kind of cool to see how the world transforms if it continues down this path. I can't believe I forgot about the sign. It's supposed to glow. Ta-da! There we go, glow and behold, cozy potions. What a fun name for a potion shop. I'm going to very quickly bring in the cleric so that there's a little shopkeeper. All right, guy, you're already in the minecart. You're ahead of the game. Better than the librarian, that's for sure. Okay. Oh, that needs to be, there needs to be a torch right there. Thankfully, I have exactly one more with me. Always keep a spare redstone torch with you. All right, here we go. Now, here we go. Up we go. Go! Cleric, up to the surface. Uh-oh. That didn't go according to plan. Go back down. I will fix that really quickly. Okay, take two. Here we go. Cleric on the move. Here we go. Up you go. Go, go, go. Noom. Okay. Okay. Oh, I was really worried about this stretch up. I believe he made it. Yes, he did. Woohoo. All right. So let's repair this really quickly. There we go. There we go. Okay. There we go. We have a shopkeeper now. Yippee, Mr. Cleric. Welcome to the potion shop. I look forward to doing business with you. And here's your brewing stand, Mr. Cleric, so I can keep on doing trades with you. And with that, I think it's about time to wrap the episode up. We did a lot of good work today, got the whole potion shop all done, and I think it looks really cool. I like the vibe, and I'm excited to keep on doing business with Mr. Cleric in there. So with all that said and done, thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you will continue to make it a good time and have a good time. Catch you guys in the next one.